good, YouTube family? Guys, DM Gaming here. Andre Dorsey, as y'all may know me. As some of y'all know, because we've done the series of the Gravity Room, which I do have a new episode of that coming, that I've entered into the first Phorm Athlete Search of 2020. Those of y'all who have been following me since the Madden days, y'all know my history, y'all know my background, y'all know y'all have been with me through the ups, through the downs and stuff like that. And you know that fitness has been a huge part of that. So if you're used to the Kakarot videos, guys, I just ask that you would stick around for a bit and support me in this journey that I'm going on in trying to become a first Phorm athlete. Guys, so why I'm first Phorm? You know, I've pondered this, I've thought about this, and you know, I'm not the type of person to kind of write stuff out or plan stuff or anything like that. So, you know, I had on the first Phorm shirt. I had on the shirt, and on the back of the shirt, they have their core values. And I was just thinking, you know what, let's just go down the list. And on this video, see if I even match up to this, you know, see if I can even stack up to their values, their core values, and ways that I've been what these values are in my life. So the first one is loyalty. Everybody and their mom would say that they are loyal. You know, that's something that nobody's going to say they're not loyal. How am I loyal? It's easy to say, yeah, I'm loyal to my wife. I'm loyal to my family, my friends, my job. You know, I'm not going to try to betray people. That's not my mentality at all. But I'm always the type of person I want to dig a little deeper. I'm loyal to myself. And that may sound crazy. Like, I am loyal to other people. Don't get me wrong. But my strongest sense of loyalty is to myself. Because I can't improve myself if I can't even depend on myself. Does that make sense? Like, how can I better myself? How can I grow as a person? You know, if you know that you need to be doing certain things, if you know that you need to be working out to get better, if you know you need to be eating better foods to improve your health, if you know, excuse me, that you need to get away from stress and things like that, if you know better and you don't do better, then you're being disloyal to yourself. And I feel like before you can be loyal to anybody else, you need to learn how to be loyal to yourself. And that's me. I'm loyal to myself. I'm going to read books to better my mind. I'm going to try my best to eat the right foods. Do I get a snack every now and then? Yeah, but I'm going to force myself to eat right till it becomes habit. I'm going to get in there and work out. I'm going to exercise. I'm going to take care of my mind, my body. I'm going to be loyal to myself. I'm going to be loyal to my goals, my dreams, my aspirations. I have things that I want to accomplish in life, you know, this being one of them. And if I'm not putting in everything that I have, then how can I say that I'm loyal to myself? And if I can't be loyal to myself, how can I truly be loyal to other people? You see what I'm saying? So I would consider myself to be loyal. I haven't always been that way. I would say that I'm going to do something and don't do it. It was a time where I didn't even write down goals or make a vision board and things like that. You know, I'm a completely different person because of the things that I've been through in life and the way that I've handled them. And loyalty is one of them. And if y'all are here on this channel, those of y'all who watch the content for the gaming videos and stuff like that, that loyalty even bleeds over into this. It bleeds over into my social media and stuff like that. Just continuing to be consistent and give y'all the information, the content, have fun and things like that, and be myself. So can we check off loyalty? I would say yes. We could check off loyalty. The next one is going the extra mile. This one is something that I definitely, once again, had to learn, you know, going the extra mile, not just doing the bare minimum or what's required. And I teach my kids this same thing. My son and my daughter, they're in sports. They're playing sports. They got to learn to go the extra mile. I learned this when I was preparing to play college football. Coming out of high school, I did play football, did basketball, track, powerlifting. You know, powerlifting showed me a lot. And there was times in powerlifting where I had to go the extra mile, you know, instead of just doing, you know, so many reps, coming in, doing a little bit extra, pushing yourself past your limits. and attempting to lift weight that I've never lifted before in order to accomplish something. But that to me is simple. Going the extra mile is going out for summer workouts when a coach tells you that you might can go to college for track, but you ain't gonna go to college for football. Okay, at that point, you have to make a decision. I have made a decision. No, I'm going to play football. So, they have the summer workouts, at the college, send you the workouts to do for the summer and stuff like that. Anybody can do that. Anybody can do the bare minimum what they give you. Going the extra mile for me was, instead of driving up to the high school to work out, running up to the high school to work out. That way I would be forced to have to run back after my workout, working out later than everybody else. They have the workouts for the pro agility and stuff like that, doing all of those things. And then after everybody's gone, still going out to that field, putting in that extra work. Once again, these things are relating to me. Like I will go the extra mile for others. If I'm doing something for somebody, if they ask me to do something, hey, can you just take the books out of this closet? We'll get the rest the other day. Instead of waiting another day, go ahead and doing it all right then and there. And if you have a family, you have to go the extra mile every day. That stuff is so simple. For me is, what am I doing for myself? Because I am me. When you are trying to be a part of something, first Phorm, you are wanting these athletes, and it's awesome what they do for other people. But what are they? What are they? What am I? Who am I? And what am I bringing to the table? Because we're all pieces of the puzzle. If you have a piece of a puzzle that doesn't believe he's a piece, then he's no good. If you have a piece of the puzzle that doesn't fit in, he's no good. So, that's why I'm describing these things as of myself, and not things that I do in the open in the world, because I do all of these things. Looking at this right now, I can tell you examples where I've done all of these things in the outside world, and I will, but I'm also going to relate these things to how I do to myself. So going the extra mile, even for myself and my goals and my dreams and my aspirations, is, instead of just, hey, reading one book, hey, I read a book. No, read 2 books. They say some of the most successful people read up to 60 books a month. Okay, so hey, let's make it 61. Let's go the extra mile. Let's go above and beyond. The next one is staying humble. If you watch my Instagram story, if you've been on the channel since the Madden videos, then you know full well that I was at one point in time basically homeless. I slept out of my car for a few nights before a friend allowed me to come and stay with him, and I slept on his couch while I was working, selling cars. Guys, it was bad. Those y'all who was there know it was bad. Everybody's been through something in life. I've lost family members. I'm not going to talk about losing my brothers, because everybody's lost, somebody that they love. I'm not going to talk about, losing a job. People lose jobs all the time. What impacted me the most was being homeless. And prior to that, being in a house with no electricity in the middle of winter, cold outside, and then later losing the house and being in the car, and then later losing the car, ended up on the couch, completely having to start over, rock bottom, ground zero, nowhere to look but up. Every time something positive happens in my life, I have to reflect back on that to say, this is where I was at. This is where I was at. This is where I'm at now. And this is where I want to go. That keeps me humble, because I know as easy and as quickly as opportunities come in life, as easy and quickly as your finances may increase, your personality, your popularity may increase, your social media accounts may increase. It could be gone just like that. And YouTube works the same way for me, because the channel started out with 1 subscriber. We're up to 10,000 now, and it's still growing. Is it growing as fast as it was 2 months ago? No, it's not. Am I getting as many views on my videos as I was 2 months ago? No, it's not. YouTube comes and it goes. You could be big one day and small the next, So even with this, everything that I'm doing in my life, I have to stay humble. That's why you're not going to see me on here boasting and bragging about I'm this, I'm that. I would never do that. If I'm joking around with somebody, we're playing with each other, that's a different story. But in all seriousness, you're not going to see me do that. Humility has been something that I have always made a staple to do in life, to stay humble, because I'm not better than you. I'm not, those of y'all watching this right now, I'm no better than you. You have people say, oh man, you're my favorite YouTuber, or this or that, or this or that. And it's like, I put my pants on the same way you do. I'm human. We're all human. We're all capable of the same level of greatness. So who am I to exalt myself? Because the bigger they are, the harder they fall. And scripture even says that if you exalt yourself, you're going to fall, man. So don't, I always tell my son too, let people do that. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to go out and talk about yourself and boast yourself. It's one thing to have confidence, but in my opinion, the difference between cocky and confident is cocky lacks humility. Confident, have some humility, have some confidence, and you'll go far in life. Being disciplined. Wow. I was not always a disciplined individual. I was irresponsible with my finances, of course. Years ago, ended up in that situation. I was irresponsible with myself. I didn't eat right. I mean, I ate whatever I wanted to because I didn't gain weight like that. I would be late to work. I didn't set goals for myself. There was no self-discipline. I knew how to act. I didn't disrespect people in public. I'm not the type of person to do drugs and all that kind of stuff. I've never been to jail. I'm not a troublemaker. Coming out of high school, I was class president all 4 years. I was in one act play, informative speaking, the UIL events that we have here in Texas. On top of that, all 3 sports, varsity in all 3 sports, and on student council. Like I would say the quote unquote model student. I was one of those guys, So outside of myself, I had discipline. I wasn't going to cuss out an old lady in the store. I wasn't going to disrespect anybody in public. It was always yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am to everyone, and being respectful. I had discipline in that regard. But as far as self-discipline, guys, and that's something that a lot of people don't talk about, is self-discipline. Yes, I'm disciplined in my outside world. You're not going to see me cussing on the channel. I don't allow stuff like that. It is that discipline is there. But I didn't always have discipline for myself. I didn't even understand what that meant, a couple years ago. But through reading books, through going to seminars and watching, these motivational speakers like Jim Rohn and people like him talk, on YouTube and stuff like that, you begin to learn, hey, there's this thing called self-discipline. What is self-discipline? Self-discipline is if you're eating right, if you're on a diet and you got a desire to eat that Twinkie or that snack cake and it's not cheat day, by saying no. That's being disciplined. Discipline isn't a punishment. Discipline, The Rock said that. Dwayne Johnson said that. People think discipline is a punishment. Discipline is not a punishment. Discipline is something that is necessary for growth. If I'm scheduled to read a book for a certain number of hours or something like that, that's on my list so that I can accomplish things, get things done on time. Discipline is, instead of playing the video game or watching TV, going to read a book that's going to better yourself. Discipline is instead of skipping that weightlifting day because you've had a bad day in the office or something like that, or you're still a little bit sore, or you just don't quite feel it. Discipline is getting up and still getting it done. There's been many times I haven't felt like making a video. Discipline, because I have goals, because I have dreams and ambitions. Discipline is getting up, kicking myself in the butt and say, get it done. Go in there, make that video. It's gonna pay off. I tell my kids the same thing because they're learning. The thing about it is, my parents, I love them. My dad, he's an awesome man. He's a model guy. He's my hero. My mom, beautiful woman, amazing woman, strong woman. They are great together. They taught me discipline. They taught me how to act and stuff like that. My parents never pushed me to read books to better myself. My parents never taught me to push myself to, things like that. They taught me how to live. They taught me how to survive. They didn't teach me how to grow as a person. And it's not any knock at them. They didn't know. They didn't come from that. And I'm African. I'm black. I'm a black guy. In the black community, you don't see a lot of that early on. You don't have a lot of parents teaching their kids that. And it's, like I said, it's not because they don't know. It's just they wasn't exposed to those types of things. Now with the spread of internet and information, we're being exposed to these things, and now we're teaching these things to our children, and we're building better communities and things like that. I just didn't have that growing up. It was a struggle. We were poor people, food stamps, living paycheck to paycheck. My dad working 3 jobs and things like that. Like, times was tough. Looking back, I see how tough they were. As a child, I mean, Mike, they did a phenomenal job of keeping us free of those things, even though we understood what happened when the lights went out or when they had to borrow money and stuff like that. They did a great job of allowing us to be children, and that's helped me to stay humble also. And that's taught me the outside discipline as well as the inside discipline. Accepting responsibility. So I'm going to revert back to my Instagram video about what happened whenever I went through being homeless and stuff like that. I had to take responsibility for my actions. How can I sit here and pray to God to help me if I'm blaming other people? And I'm like, no, God wants to hear the truth. Okay, God, what is the truth? The truth is that I messed up. I'm the reason that I'm in this situation. Nobody pushed me to go and do what I did. Nobody didn't do that. Nobody drove me there. Nobody took my hand and put the money in the machine and stuff like that. I did that. I made those decisions because of my own desires. There's nothing wrong with desiring to be wealthy in life. There's nothing wrong with wanting prosperity in life. But even scripture tells you that you have to go about those things the right way. And you also, guys, will appreciate when you succeed, when you get those goals and dreams. You will appreciate it and take care of it a lot more. There is a process to success. There is no shortcuts. The reason there aren't shortcuts, because if you were to shortcut your way to success, you would end up back at the bottom, because that journey that you have to go on to be successful, there are things that you're going to have to learn and obtain in order to maintain that success. If you do not maintain, if you don't, get those things, you're going to end up back at square one. Okay. There was a speaker that I was listening to, a motivational speaker. I can't remember his name. But he said that if you were to take all the money in the world and spread it out evenly among everybody, it would end up right back in the same hands that it started with. And, being young, I didn't understand, like, millionaires. Oh, man, I got so much money. Why don't they just help people? Why don't they just give it to people and this and that? I understand now why a lot of them don't, because some people, you give them $1 million and they'll end up worse than they were before they had the $1 million. Like, guys, it takes a mindset to have money. It takes a mindset to have success. It takes a mindset to do things in life. Like, you want people like, well, just give me money or something like that. You give them money and they go out and blow it. They end up back at square one or worse. And then they're back asking for it again. Like, these things make sense. You have to be responsible. Will Smith said that, things happen in life that are not your fault. It may not be your fault, but it is darn sure your responsibility how you respond to those things. And it's the same way with me in life. I had to learn to be responsible. I had to stop blaming people. I had to stop being upset at people. And I had to look at self. I had to look myself in the mirror, in my face, in my eyes, deep down into my soul. And I had to say, it's you. You are the problem. You are the reason you're in the situation that you're in. Hey, people didn't want to help you. Is that your fault? Maybe, maybe not. Guess what? It's my responsibility. How am I going to respond to that? Am I going to be upset at them and shun them for the rest of my life? No, I'm going to forgive them. Why? Because it's my fault. I'm the reason that I'm in this situation. Responsibility was taught to me then at that point on, and it is a staple. That is one of my top values. I teach that to my children. You cannot do something that you know is wrong and then get mad about it when you get in trouble. You need to be responsible. You need to take care of your business, take care of the little things, and the big things will take care of themselves. And that leads to taking initiative. Don't sit around and wait. You can't wait for something to come and knock on your door. Opportunity is out there. Success is out there. Prosperity is out there. Your goals, your dreams are out there. If there is something that you want to do, get off your butt and go do it. Don't wait. Do not procrastinate. Coming out of high school, I remember at the powerlifting meet when I was in high school, I got second place at state. Louisiana Tech, a Division I school, was there waiting. They were talking to us. They talked to me. They wanted me to come and powerlift at their school. And they said, Mr. Dorsey, it's not a scholarship. We can't give you a scholarship because it's not an NCAA sport, but we can give you in-state tuition. Mind you, I wanted to play football. I still wanted to play college football. I was willing to walk on and play, but here I am with the opportunity to go to this Division I college. And I was like, I could do powerlifting and then walk on to the football field because it occurred different times. Guys, I had a phenomenal coach in Alex Harris who stuck with me through all of everything. Like he was that coach that pushed me, who saw the potential that I had that I didn't see in myself. I procrastinated, guys. Me not doing my FAFSA caused me to end up at a Division II school at Southern Arkansas. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with Division II, but it's like my goal was to go Division I. I was irresponsible. I didn't take initiative to get my stuff done and do everything I needed to do, and it cost me. I don't know what would have came of that, because guess what? I went out for the football team in Southern Arkansas and I made it. You know, I could be a big time powerlifter right now. Who knows where that road would have led to, but I don't know because I didn't take initiative. I didn't take action. Guys, if you have a dream, take action. Do you think that Thomas Edison invented the light bulb? Do you think that these guys that invent these things are the only ones that think about them? No. So why do they get credit for it? Because they take initiative. They have a thought. They go and try to make something happen. Guys, there's nothing new under the sun. If you're having a thought right now, somebody else is having that exact same thought. If you have a goal and a dream right now, somebody else is having that same goal and dream right now. Why do you think that everybody there's more than one car in line at the drive-thru at McDonald's, or there's more than one person at the gym working out and stuff like that? Right now in this very contest, I'm not the only one that's entering into this. I'm not the only one that's doing this. So anytime that I have a mindset to do a video, a post, or something like that, get it done. Get your information out there. Do something. Make an initiative. Get it done. Get it done, guys. Do not procrastinate on your dreams because it will only cost you. Be responsible. Lead by example. Leading by example is one of those things where I can't talk about that. I mean, you just have to go back, look at the past videos, look at the gravity room, listen to that stuff. I tell you what, go back to our old Madden videos on the channel and listen to them. And you will see that, I mean, there's information going on there. There was a period where I was without work for like 3 months and stuff like that. It was tough. Those guys got me through that. And in that time, we bonded a lot. Two of those guys they're still, Kyle Robinson and Chris, they still to this day talk to me every day on Twitter, Instagram, wherever. Kyle just actually messaged me on Messenger. Those guys don't like Dragon Ball. They don't like the content that I put on the channel, but they're there for me because they grew with me. And there's more people than them that are like that, you know. Leading by example, I can't talk about that. I can't say this is how I lead by example. No, it's out there. Go watch some of the older videos. Listen to how what I talk about in them and stuff like that, as well as, you know, getting to know the people that are in my comment section, you know, looking at the people that respond to me on social media, on Facebook and stuff like that. But if I have to say, do I lead by example? I try my best to. I can't answer that question. That would have to be a question for my peers and the people around me. So if you think that I lead by example, you're watching this video, let First Phorm know in the comment section down below. It'd be much appreciative. Building positive and fun relationships. That is key to me. Do I feel like I build positive and fun relationships? This channel is a clear indication of that, because everything that we try to do on this channel is fun. And I make it clear on this channel that there is no cussing. That if you cuss, if you get on here talking about people and you saying negative stuff, you're going to get deleted. Your comment's going to get deleted. You're going to get blocked. There's no 1, 2, 3 strikes you out. It's the first time and you out, because I make that clear. So much so that on this channel now, other people may come in and do it. And before I could even say anything, the subscribers are already on them. Hey, stop cussing, man. He doesn't like cussing. Don't cuss on here. Hey, don't talk about people like that. Hey, stop being so negative, you know, because I like to promote positivity. And in the process of that, you're going to build some fun relationships. Like, there's guys on the channel that I talk with a lot that we have fun. And like I told you with Kyle and Chris and stuff like that, you can see us on Twitter conversing with each other. Back Pocket Game Reviews is another guy that I met through YouTube. Awesome guy. And I mean, if you maintain positivity, you're going to build fun relationships. That bleeds over into my job, you know, being a coach, you know, staying positive with the kids. Those kids are going to respond to you. They're going to connect with you, and it's going to build fun relationships. Does that mean that you're not going to have ups and downs with these kids? No, they're kids. They're growing. Their hormones are changing. Their mindsets are changing. They're learning just like you was when you was a kid. So things are going to happen that you're going to bump heads from time to time. But at the end of the day, you're going to look back on that and say, I had fun with that kid. It was a joy to watch him grow and stuff like that. So build positive and fun relationships and always be learning. Guys, I talked to y'all about reading books and things like that. I'm not talking about like Harry Potters and stuff like that. I'm talking about books that are going to build your mind, like The Power of the Subconscious Mind or The Power of Positive Thinking, Think and Grow Rich. You know, there's so many books out there, guys, that are there to help you learn, help you grow. I implore you to read. And if you don't like reading, get an audiobook, guys. I'm serious. That stuff will change your mindset. What are you putting into your mind? Are you watching informative stuff? That doesn't mean you can't read fun books. Doesn't mean you can't play video games. Doesn't mean that you can't watch entertaining stuff on television. But what it means is that you need to be putting in more of the positive stuff than more of the fun stuff, the negative stuff. There's going to be a time and a place for that, but you need to build yourself. If you have goals and they're big enough and your why is strong enough, guess what? You're going to be doing the right things anyway. No matter what you do, whatever you choose to do, your goal in life, learn everything you can about it. I'm doing a YouTube channel. Guess what, guys? What I'm doing in my spare time, I'm watching vidIQ videos. I'm watching videos from TubeBuddy and all those guys. I'm just scrolling through, looking at people while I'm doing my paper out, listening to motivational talks, and I'm listening to how to get more views on YouTube, how to better your subscriber, your engagement rate, you know, and y'all seen the progress of that through the channel. Go back and look at how my thumbnails were at the beginning. But because I learned and took the time to learn how to do my thumbnails better, they've improved, and the subscriber viewership have improved, and the subscribers have improved. You know, those things are a clear testament of learning. If I didn't take the time to learn that stuff, you see what I'm saying? If I didn't take the time to study and learn about myself, you know, if I didn't take the time to learn in every situation, good or bad, learning from your mistakes is the difference between bad failure and good failure. Good failure is when you fail, you can get back up again because you learned why you fail, so you don't do it again. Bad failure is when you fail and you quit and give up. Don't quit. Don't give up. Learn from your mistakes. That failure then becomes a good failure, and it's going to push you on to be successful. Being selfless. Being selfless is, there's a process. There was a process for me. You know, I'm always the one to help people. I help anybody because I would want people to help me, you know. But I had to back away from that for a little bit to build myself, because it kind of goes back to the loyalty thing, being loyal to yourself in a sense. Because, guys, if you're not strong, if you're not in the right mindset, this is just my belief. I don't believe that you could be helpful to somebody else if you're not doing the right things for your own self. Like, how can I even love somebody if I don't even know how to love myself? Do I really know what love is at that point if I don't even love myself, you know? So being selfless, you know, I had to learn to be selfish first. And then I learned how to be more selfless. You know, what I mean by being selfish first is at that point in my life, when I was homeless and in the dark and stuff like that, I had to basically shut everything and everyone out so that I could rebuild myself, so that I could work on myself. So I was selfish, but not selfish in the sense of it's all about me and not about you. No. I was selfish in the sense of I need to work on myself before I can help you. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm no good to you if I'm no good for myself. Kind of like scripture says, you got to take the mote out of your own eye before you try to remove the mote out of someone else's eye, you know. But after that, once you develop yourself, once you learn who you are and what your purpose is, and you begin to live in your purpose, I think you automatically will fall into selflessness, falling into being selfless. You're going to do any and everything for everybody because in fulfilling your purpose, you're pouring yourself out. Right now, I'm pouring myself out on this video, you know, on my channel, on everything that I do in coaching and stuff like that. I'm giving myself, I'm being selfless and not asking for anything in return. On the channel, are you going to ask for subscribers and views? Yeah, I do. I mean, that's just the jargon. Hey, subscribe to the channel if you like the content, blase, blase. But I'm pouring myself out. I'm giving more than I'm taking in. And to me, I think that's the formula for being selfless. If you're taking in more than you're putting out, that's a bit selfish. Kind of like playing basketball. If I shoot the ball every time I get it, I'm going to be considered a ball hog. It's not bad to shoot the ball, but it's bad to not try to move the ball around. We don't want a ball hog. We want somebody that's going to pass the ball around, that's going to open it up for some other guys. And in return, it's going to open it up for you. Why do you think they have assists? They have a statistic that is there for you to be selfless. All right. Be enthusiastic. Wow. Enthusiastic. I'm hoping for the best in everything that I do. No. I expect the best in everything that I do. Even with this game, the Dragon Ball Z Kakarot game that came out, pushing it on the channel, early on, people was like, it's too early to be talking about this game. Why are you talking about this? Wait till information come out about it. Had I listened to those people, the channel wouldn't be where it's at right now. That's the truth. Y'all know that. I know that. First Phorm, if you look at the channel, you'll know that. But that's my example of me being enthusiastic is I was passionate about something. I had a goal. I set that goal. I was going to cover this video game that I covered on this channel every single day. I was going to saturate YouTube with the content that I didn't get every day. I missed like some. I got about 300 something days in. But I was enthusiastic about it. I was excited about it. Every day I would come in and I was excited to make a video because I knew each day that I made a video was a day closer to completing that goal. It was a day to grow. It was a day to learn. I failed because I didn't do every single day, but it was a good failure because I learned from those days that I didn't do videos. I learned from those mistakes, and it's taught me that, hey, you can commit to something. You can be great at something. You could do something that you set your mind to, because prior to that, I was kind of like a type person that would, like I said, set a goal for something and let it fall through because I was inconsistent. But I mean, enthusiasm is key. Like when you want to do something in life, attach some positive energy to that. If you attach positive emotion to that, which enthusiasm is a very positive emotion, then that sends that out into the atmosphere. That sends that out into the universe. And if it's a positive thing attached to that, guess what? You're probably going to get that back in a more positive way. But if you attach negative energy to something, negative things are going to come from that. So it's very important to be enthusiastic. I try to remain like that at all times, hopeful that everything that I touch turns to gold, and continue living life in a positive way. The last one is believe. And that's a very, very strong and I feel like misinterpreted word. Most people think believing in something will like just this magic potion, just making it happen. Belief isn't just something that you do mentally. Like I believe that if I cut myself, I'm gonna bleed. I believe that the sky is blue. I believe, you could believe, but if your actions don't match that, I feel like you don't really believe, and taking a religious viewpoint of it, I grew up in the church, when I was younger and stuff, and they were taught that, hey, if you believe in God, then you will be saved. But then you read on and it tells you that people are saying, Lord, Lord, did we not cast out demons in your name? Did we not do all this stuff in your name? And he told them, depart from me, ye workers of iniquity, I know you not. And my little mind was blown. I was like, wait a minute. So he telling them to get away from me. I don't know you, but they believe in him. He's there. He's real. So that right there opened my mind up to that just because you believe in something doesn't mean you believe in something. If you look at the word believe, it almost sounds like be live, be live, believe. You're living in something. If you truly believe in something, it's not just acknowledging that it exists. No, that's not what believing means. Believing means that, like me, I believe in myself. I know that I can be successful. I know that if I set my mind to something, I can do it. But my actions also follow. To me, belief and faith kind of go hand in hand. And Faith without works is dead. If you believe in something, if you have faith in something and you're just sitting back on the couch, well, I believe I'll be successful. Hey, playing the game, watching TV, I believe that one day I'm going to be successful. I believe one day I'm going to be somebody. That's not real belief. That's not real faith. No, if you believe that you can do something, you're going to get off your butt and you're going to make it happen. I believed that I could be the #1 Dragon Ball Z Kakarot YouTuber on YouTube. I believe that. And in my opinion, I made that happen. There's nobody on YouTube covering the game the way that I am. And it shows, because if you look at the ones that cover the game, who's at the top? And it's not a cocky thing. I'm not bragging or anything. I'm using it clearly as an example that hard work does pay off. It does. And it will. When I was in powerlifting in high school, I believed that I could win. I believed that I could do it. Now, did I get first place? No, I didn't. But I believed in myself enough to keep me from falling to 4th place to getting 2nd place. That was an accomplishment to me. That was success to me, because I was sitting in 4th place and I had to pull more weight than I had ever pulled all year. The weight that I attempted was on deadlift. I think it was like 550 pounds on deadlift. And I was in the 165 class. I had to pull that. If I never touched it, the most I had done was probably like 520 or 530 or something like that. And I struggled with it, guys. So I was like, man, if I try this weight and I don't get it, I'm going to get 4th place. But if I try and I get it, coach says you'll get 2nd place. I tried it. I believed in myself and I had to take action to do it. College football, being told by a coach that you look up to, not the coach, not Alex Harris, not him. It was a different coach, telling me that you might go for track, but you ain't going for football. I believed that, no, I can go play college football. I believed in myself, but I didn't sit around all summer. I went the extra mile, going in, putting in more work that was required for me. And me and the other guy who was working out with me, we were the only 2 freshmen, only 2, to pass our conditioning test in college. All the other incoming freshmen coming in on scholarships, being recruited. And here we are, 2 walk-ons passing our conditioning test. Speed-wise, up there with the seniors and the juniors. Strength-wise, because of powerlifting and my mentality in the weight room, up there with the juniors and seniors. So I came in on the same level as those guys who were recruited because I believed in myself and I put in the work. If you believe in something, that is one thing. But if you don't put in the work, you don't truly believe, because if you really believe in something, you are going to give actions that are going to reflect that. It's the same way in everything that you do. And even from that religious standpoint, that's what Jesus meant when he was telling them that if you believe in me, you'll keep my commandments. You'll do what I'm telling you to do. If you believe in your parents, you're going to do and listen to them. If you believe in yourself and your dreams, you are going to do any and everything possible to accomplish those dreams. I know I have done that. I am a living proof of those things. I sit here. You're looking at this channel is living proof of me believing in myself. The goals that I've accomplished in life. This is a goal for me. This is a goal for me. First Phorm Athlete Search winner 2020, Andre Dorsey. I'm waiting for that announcement. I'm waiting for that email. Why? Because I believe in myself and I'm putting in the work to make it happen. You see what I'm saying? If you believe in yourself, guys, what's the actions that are following that? A tree is known by its fruit. So I know this has been a long video and I'm sorry, but that's the best way that I can feel to show and talk about why I am First Phorm Athlete, why they should choose me, why they should pick me. That's not a knock on any of the other contestants. They're all striving for the same thing I'm striving for. So I know that their mind's in the right place, and if you asked me honestly, do I believe that they'll pick me? Yes, I believe wholeheartedly that they will, because I believe in myself that much, man. It's not a show. And I know it's not a show. And those y'all who are subscribed to this channel know it's not a show. The people that I work with know it's not a show. The people that I have a conversation with know it's not a show. And if you sit down with me and we have a conversation, you'll know it's not a show. So guys, I appreciate y'all for tuning in this long. First Phorm, thank you for this opportunity. I promise you, you won't regret it. You wouldn't regret picking me. I promise you will not regret that. And I'm really hoping and thankful for this opportunity. I really am. Appreciate that, y'all. Till next time. Peace.